What does non-weight bearing mean? If you've had an injury or a surgery and your doctor has said you're non-weight bearing, you may be wondering, what is non-weight bearing? How do I still move around? What kind of equipment do I need? How can I still get from point A to point B? Life goes on, right? I still have to move. I want to stay independent. In this video, I'm going to explain what non-weight bearing is. I'm going to talk to you about some equipment that you can use to still be mobile. And I'm also going to show you how to use some of those pieces of equipment so you can keep on moving with your life. I'm Dr. Sean, your PT guy. And our videos do just that. They help you learn how to move better and stay independent so you can enjoy your life. Let's get started. Disclaimer! So when you're non-weight bearing, that means you've had an injury to one of your legs or both of your legs. If that's the case, then this video is not for you. But if you only are non-weight bearing on one of your legs, we need to figure out how to still go from point A to point B safely when you can't put any weight through your leg. That's what non-weight bearing means. No weight through one of your legs. So what kind of equipment can you use? First, you could use a wheelchair, because if you're wheeling around, you're not putting weight through that leg. That's one thing you can do. But one of the challenges with the wheelchair is you're going to lose the strength in your other leg because you're not walking, and you're not going to be able to use your arms as much as you would be if you used a walker or some crutches. So I'm going to show you in this video how to walk safely when you're non-weight bearing using both a walker and crutches. Let's start off with the crutches first. When you're using crutches, you're going to pick them up. They're on the wall or something on the floor. They're just somewhere. They're kind of laying around. That's one downside to using crutches as opposed to the walker. But you're going to put your crutches out like this so you can grab inside on the handles together. Now my other foot's in the air, my hurt foot, the stripes, okay? So I'm going to always hold it on the foot that is injured, because when I put this down, it's recreating another leg. So I've got my good leg and this leg, so to speak. This one's in the air. So I'm going to put my hands here, push from the armrest right here. You stand up like this, and then once you're here, you grab the crutches, you put it over here, making sure you don't touch your foot down at the ground at all. And let me show you how we start walking. So when you're walking with the crutches and you're non-weight bearing, I like to have no shoe on my other side because it hurts. I don't want any kind of pressure on that foot. And when I'm standing with a shoe on my left foot, it allows my right foot to kind of slide in the air a little bit more, the hurt foot. So when you're walking, trying to get from point A to point B using the crutches and you're non-weight bearing, what you do is you put the crutches out first, and then with your good leg, you hop either to the crutches or just past it a little bit, but not too much because we don't want to fall backwards. So we go crutches and we hop, crutches and we hop. Now this is another important thing I need to talk about. When you're using the crutches, don't hold your leg out like this if you can tolerate it, unless you have a knee immobilizer on, which is going to keep it straight. That's going to really tire out your hip muscle. It's going to be burning and screaming. So I like to do the flamingo. So we hold it like this, or figure four, the flamingo, and we're just kind of going around on your turns. Just make sure you're staying in between those two posts. See, I'm pretty much always in those posts. So this is how you do it when you are non-weight bearing with crutches. Now, one more little thing. If you go too far ahead like this, then you're likely to either lose your balance forward, or you could lose your balance backwards. You just don't have enough strength. So what we want to do is let me back up a little bit. Place the crutches out, then bring your foot just past those crutch points. Crutches, boom. Crutches, boom. Like that. Okay? Now, when you sit down, this is a little tricky. Let me show you how to sit down. Now, when you sit down with crutches, what you're going to do is you're going to replace these guys on the hurt side, and you're going to hold there. Okay, that's my security right there. And I'm going to reach back, bring my foot down slowly, and now with the crutches, I got to figure out what am I going to do with these guys? Just lay them on the ground. Hopefully it doesn't end up tripping someone else. Or am I going to lay it against a painting? We don't want to lay it against painting, chair, table, whatever you want to do. Just try to find a good spot. I'm just going to do this for now. Don't want to mess up the painting. Now, let me show you how to walk with the walker if you're non-weight bearing using this guy. So when you're walking with the walker and you're non-weight bearing, there's two ways to get up. One, you can do the stagger step technique, which I love, especially when you're non-weight bearing. One hand goes here, and that's going to be the hand that the hurt leg is. The other hand goes here, and then you stand up from there. You push and you push. Most of your pressure is going over here first, and then as you're transitioning, this one takes over. So this is one way to do it, which keeps you stable, and then you come up like that. Or you could also go two hands here, then grab, and then grab, like a ladder. Now when you're going with the walker, same concept as the crutches. You're going to bring the walker out and you hop to the back posts. You don't want to hop too far ahead of this, because if you do, now I can tip back. Oh, I just put non-weight bearing and all my foot is not good. See what I mean? So you don't want to go too far past those two tennis balls. So what you do, bring it out and hop to the tennis balls. I bring the walker out, push down on my arms and hop like this. Okay? Now, little tip, if you are finding this difficult, oftentimes your arms are going to be a little bit too bent. If they're too bent, your elbows, you're not going to be able to get enough pressure taken off of that leg. It's going to wear your arms out fast. So I like to kind of have the walker a little bit lower, especially when you're non-weight bearing, so you can almost lock out your elbows a little bit more. Take some pressure off of the muscles. Then when you sit down, I like to keep my hand on the hurt one. I like to keep my hand over here, and then I like to take my hand off over here, because this is still providing stability. From this side to this side, it's providing stability, and then I reach back and I sit down. So now you know what non-weight bearing is, and you can still go on with your life and move around with those pieces of equipment. You can use the wheelchair if you need, but if you don't want to use a wheelchair, you can use the walker or the crutches. Either way, we want to maximize independence, stop falls, and speaking of falls, if you want more tips and training on how I teach people to prevent falls, you can find that in the link in the description below. And if you want more videos just like this one to help you learn how to move better and stay independent to enjoy your life, click the subscribe button down below and that little bell icon, and we'll see you in the next video.